Guys, and welcome to Mel's Life, where we dive into everything life has to offer and we try to solve some of its problems. Okay guys, I know it's been a while since we ended our September book club. The last video was in October, so I know. And I wanted to do something like spooky themed since it is October, but I just couldn't think of something that hasn't really been done. I've been trying to get creative ideas, but today I'm making this video because I read this book recently, and I know we finished with September book club, but this book just really it was very insightful, and I learned a lot while reading this book. And I thought, you know what, I did a whole series on this channel talking about introversion, talking about overthinking, and I figured that it would fit right in on this channel. So we're doing a bit of a book review today, this time more on a non-fiction book than a fiction book, as you can probably tell by the title. But I wanted to discuss this book because this book, it was just insightful. I learned a lot about myself and actually about other people as well while reading this book, and it's really something worth reading, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. This is not introvert specific. I think anyone can read this book. Yes, it focuses mainly on introversion, but I think this is a book that everybody could read and still learn something. So the book is Quiet by Susan Cain. Very well written. She basically talks about introversion in various aspects of life. First, she does look at some of the science behind introversion. In each of the chapters, actually, she has different research with regards to introversion, extroversion, high reactive nervous systems, all of these things. She does talk to different people in various fields of the science, so she does dive into the science as well. And then she kind of talks about introversion in different aspects of life. So she looks at work, you know, working as an introvert in a society that is mainly extrovertedly focused. I don't know, that's not the correct way to finish that sentence. Basically, she calls it the extrovert ideal. So she looks at it in various aspects, you know, working in a world where the ideal is extroversion as an introvert, then looking at relationships as an introvert, having a relationship with other people, and also like romantic relationships where you might be an introvert but your significant other might be an extrovert, and how to balance the two, or how to kind of push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone but not breaking yourself into someone completely different. It's very insightful. She looks at it from the learning aspect. She goes to like different schools, she looks at different cultures, so where you, with regards to learning, going to school. And she also looks at introversion as, for example, raising a child who is introverted, if you may be an extrovert, or vice versa. If you're an introvert raising an introvert, you're an introvert raising an extrovert. So she looks at the parenting aspect of it as well. So she covers relationships, she covers work, school, and raising children who may be introverted and not just quiet, they're just introverts. This book covers everything. Okay, I'm sure there's always more to cover, but I feel like she does a very good job at looking at the science and applying it to real life, and actually explaining things in a way that is understandable. Like, she's not trying to use these big fancy sciencey words. She explains it to you in a way that you can understand and you can relate to. As an introvert, sometimes I read things and I was just like, wow, okay, so it's not just me. This is kind of a thing. Some of the research she shared was very insightful. There's so much research going on, and the ones that she mentions, it's really just so insightful, and it's a way for you to learn if you are an introvert, to know yourself better, to know how your brain works, to know how your brain functions, to know where your limits are, to know when you can push a little bit more and when to pull back, when you need to maybe crawl out of your comfort zone and when you need to just get some rest and relax. So she covers the science, she applies it to real world scenarios, and it's just brilliantly written. I loved it because I learned not only more about introverts, but also I learned more about myself as an introvert and why sometimes I feel overwhelmed and tired when others don't. So very well written. I feel like she covered a lot about introversion. I feel like she took the science and broke it down in a way that was digestible, that you could understand. And I feel like she applied it to all the situations that you may struggle with as an introvert. The biggest one obviously being relationships. For introverts, it's a very complex thing, and she looked at that topic very well. She discussed the information very well, and she also highlighted certain approaches that introverts can take with regards to relationships. Another one I really related to was when she spoke about introversion in the workplace, because I work in a very much extroverted kind of setting, and it is overwhelming and tiring and exhausting and all of the fun words that you can think. We very much have an open floor plan. There's no space for yourself. And she kind of spoke about introversion in the workplace, especially with a world that is more extroverted, or they think they're more extroverted when in fact it's kind of balanced. So that's another part that I really related to. I feel like this book is perfect for introverts who want to learn more about themselves and how to approach certain situations that they may feel uncomfortable with. I feel like this book could be good for extroverts to learn more about introverts and also learn about themselves, because she does not only explore introversion. When she speaks about the research, she does look at introversion and extroversion. She doesn't just look at the introversion, she looks at both. So I feel like this book really is for everybody. I think it's definitely worth the read. You will learn so much, even if you're an extrovert. But if you're an introvert, you'll learn more about yourself and you'll learn how to handle certain situations, which I feel like is empowering. And that is one of the main reasons why I would definitely recommend this book. This book is well written. Props to the author. I would definitely recommend it. You guys should definitely check it out. And if you have read it, please let me know what you thought down below. And if you do end up reading it, let me know what you thought. I will see you guys in another video, hopefully pretty soon. Bye.